My thing is, if we go out there the first time and they look at us and they f with me already and they already chased me out the desert, and then we come back, do you feel like that's aggressive? Because I felt like they were intelligent enough that every time we picked up a phone or said phone, they kind of like fell back far and fast. So I felt like they knew. They heard us. They didn't see us, because it's like I would say, Cardo, get the phone, and they would drop back. Cardo, get your camera. And it's like they would drop back. So it's like there was some sort of intelligence at some point. I'm afraid of that video that we found that we can't explain, with a 3-hour time gap missing, and we don't know what's happening, and we can't explain. I'm afraid of being abducted. I'm afraid of swerving away from something chasing me. I do like to face my fears, but I would like weapons, and I don't have no lasers, and I'm feeling some way about no lasers. I would like a laser.
I don't know, but I feel like it can't be a coincidence how many times we had this experience.
Yeah, I agree. It's too much.
It's too much.
Even the fact that, it wasn't one time, like a one-time sighting and a come and go. Literally for multiple times that I had to see that thing and question it and say, what is that? What is that? What? Wait. And I remember thinking that it was somebody that I thought it was somebody following us from the gas station. I remember thinking we just filled up and we wanted to get through the night, so we filled up.
She being so nice. They thought we filled up and hit a motherfucking redneck spot, and somebody was chasing us from some little redneck spot.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, but pretty much, I don't know. I mean, we're in Nevada. I don't know how they work out there, so yeah. I was a little worried because I seen the car behind. I thought I saw a car behind us. We had just left the gas station. I thought I saw the car, but it kept, like, I thought it kept cutting its lights off. But maybe it was just disappearing now. And then I'm like, oh, whoever this is, they playing games. Oh, nah, I don't like that. So I'm paying attention now, and I'm watching back there, and I see the lights go off again, and I'm like, okay, nah, they bugging right now. And then I'm thinking, like, are they playing? Like, are they flashing somebody some kind of signal or something? Like, why they keep cutting their lights off like that? And I remember being afraid of that. And then as it got closer, what looked like it was just like one headlight far back. I thought it was just one headlight. But when it got closer, it kind of looked like two things, like headlights, but like with one headlight not working, and then the bottom light, what's that, the bumper light? The fog light. Like the fog light was working. It would just look crazy. So I remember thinking that I thought it was a motorcycle, and then I thought it was a car, and then I thought it was a motorcycle again because I kept seeing one light. But then it kept going off, so I don't know. I thought somebody was playing games. So basically, yeah, that was crazy. I keep thinking about it.
And then she woke me up. She woke me up when
it got close enough.
She thought it was actually going to pass her on the left side.
Okay, so I remember what happened. So I kept being afraid that now that this light kept disappearing, I'm like, okay, this thing is chasing me. Like, I really think it's chasing me. I wasn't really worried until it was coming so fast that as fast as I was driving, it was coming fast enough that it should have passed me by now. So I was concerned that it hadn't passed me, so I was still watching this light. And that's when I noticed that it was like a little farther than my trunk of my car. I looked over and I noticed there was one, like an orb, and then it had one reflecting light underneath it, and then next to it, it had just the bottom, like, reflector light, but no light above it. It was weird looking. So, but I could tell it was not a car and it was not a motorcycle. I didn't know what I was seeing, but I just knew it wasn't that. And I grabbed Cardo and I woke him up. he jumped up instantly because I had already said something to him a couple of times, and he said, oh, it's okay, they probably went around a corner or they came up a hill or something, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. He kept going back to sleep. This time I grabbed him, and where I grabbed him and woke him up, the thing should have still been like right on side of me, but when he looked up, he said he saw it and it was far behind him, and that's where he saw it.
I actually saw it was behind us, and I'm thinking to myself, like, all right, this thing is like gotta be like a mile back. So I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to get myself together. I can finally get myself together, and I'm looking back, and the light is gone. And I'm like, all right, this light is gone, there's nothing behind us. I give it maybe 30, 45 seconds, and the light is there. And I'm like, okay, I see what she's saying about this light. As I'm looking at it in my mirror, I'm on the passenger side, and I'm looking through the passenger side mirror that she would be, the driver's side mirror. And I'm leaning forward, I'm looking in the mirror, and I can see the light. And I'm looking at the light, and I'm thinking to myself, how the hell is this light catching up to us?
Because I'm scared already.
She's already scared. So
I'm doing 90.
Mind you, we driving through the desert of Nevada.
2 a.m.
2 a.m. The speed limit is already 80. So mind you, she's already doing 80 miles per hour. More now, because she's already, feel it's like something's not right. So we're doing about 95, and this thing catches up to us within 5 to 10 seconds. And I'm like, nah, no way this thing is catching up to us like this.
But it never passes us.
But it never passed us.
Every time it got close, I'm like, get the camera.
But it kept getting really close and then dropping back.
Yeah, because I can't quite understand that video. I know that we have a video. It's 11 seconds long. It's 30 minutes prior to the video that we thought we took. That was instantly after the incident.
But damn,
but we don't remember taking it.
That timestamp is
and the
so
timestamp, we know what time it was because we were in the car, both with cell phones, and it said 2 a.m.
But the weird part about it,
the timestamp
said, look at the map shows that that video was shot in the middle of Nevada,
right,
at 5 in the morning. But the video we shot was 2 in the morning. At the end of the
right. That's why I'm like, wait a minute.
I don't know where that video
it's like a 3-hour lapse. But for us on the map, it's like a 30-minute difference.
Oh, and we will
but
show
it's
you
a
the map.
3-hour lapse.
We will put up our map. We will, if we can. We will put up our map and show y'all this map and the footage.
Matter of fact,
this is from Google.
Google definitely shows us that.
We're like, yo, what is this? All of our equipment, all our time on our equipment is the same. From my phone to her camera to the GoPro all of it has the same timestamp. So why is this timestamp 3 hours up like that in the middle of Nevada at 5 in the morning when the video that I shot after the incident happened was at 2 in the morning at the end of the Nevada state line in Wales?
And I'm looking at it right now. There it is. And yes, because it's so crazy because, is this the highway they're talking about? Hold on. So we ended up like getting curious about what we saw when we got home. We actually just was looking through footage and found this. And so we watched this, the video, but we didn't, like I said, we didn't expect this to happen. We didn't plan this trip. We didn't know anything about it. So the next day when we find a video that says something like the extraterrestrial highway and all of the different things that happen on this highway and all the signs that show you, about the area that you're in or that you're about to enter, we didn't see any of that. We was riding through the middle of the night. So basically the next day we saw a video that showed us other things happening in Nevada, and we saw the exact same, what do we call it? What is that? Like, I want to call it a UFO. I guess it's a UFO. I can't explain it or identify it.
From what we saw, we watched a couple of videos on a couple of channels, and we were, evidence. I'm talking about U.S. evidence, government evidence. Showed a video that we actually sat there and looked at it and was like, yo,
that's what we saw.
Exactly what we saw. And we will post a link for that.
That's exactly what we saw.
But
so we know for sure we're not the only ones that seen that, and that specific thing was there.
So with all this being said, me and the wife, we had sat down at night. We talked some things, and I'm trying to talk her into let's stay the night in Vegas. Let's see if we can get some more footage. It's your boy, That Guy. And we about to get these adventures started.